Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas, ladies and gentlemen. In the last episode, we killed a mighty beast. That thing right there. Well, we didn't really kill it, we just stopped it using the power of science, like I mentioned. There's a terminal over there, and it just basically killed it. It was pretty easy. You just need to have 100 science and be able to hack a very hard terminal. But yeah, he's dead. Well, he's not dead. He's alive, but he's not trying to kill us, which is very nice. And now, we need to go through that door and confront Doctor Mobius. However, I forgot that when we went into the Ulysses cave, we picked up a couple of audio logs that we never listened to. So, wanted to show you guys those. We have patient log Y-17.5. We have patient log Y-17.9. Let's listen to .5 first.
Don't want to argue philosophy with you. Brotherhood are preservationists. Tech in the wrong hands, it's dangerous. Mojave's proof.
No denying that. Proof's here in this crater, all around us. Your tribe, the Brotherhood, haven't met many of you. Wanted to. Thought you might be the last chance for the Mojave, the West, the East. But you're all the same mind. Obsessed.
Elijah is obsessed. He's mad. It's why they ordered his execution.
Two are more alike than you know. Too wrapped up in the wrong bits of history to see ahead. Not judging. I know how it is. People are like couriers. You and him. Sometimes don't even know the message they bring. You all had a new flag. Thought maybe new ideas along with it. What you believe isn't any better than the bear or bull. No future in either.
So says the man with the old world flag on his back. America, the Commonwealth, burned away.
America sleeps, and until it's dead, I carry it, just like I carried you. More than hope, belief. There's voices here in the big empty. I want to talk to them, not like your Elijah did. Got questions. Want to hear history give its answer.
Alright, so I was never big on the lore in this game. I know there's a lot to do with Elijah and the Brotherhood of Steel and Ulysses. So what I think just happened, that was an exchange between Ulysses and Christine, because Christine was in the Brotherhood. So I think that was an exchange between them, and then they were talking about Elijah, who we dealt with in Dead Money. Again, I was never too big on the lore behind Fallout New Vegas. I much more cared about the lore in Fallout 3, because this game always felt like a spin-off to me, and it was, you know, more zany. But that shouldn't take away from it. Anyways, we have patient log Y-17.9.
Didn't think you'd make it back.
Almost didn't. Got my answers. You're Elijah. He met the gods in this place. Did a good job of making them question the way of things.
Do you know where he went?
He's gone to the Sierra Madre. That's a special kind of hell. He won't come back. Someone smarter, tougher is going to kill him. If the Madre doesn't.
I have to go after him.
Not going to talk you out of it. Know what it means to track someone you share history with. Got a meeting of my own.
That courier?
Get him to come to me. Got a message for him. Like the message he had for me. Make them walk the road west, straight and true. Sink their feet in old world ash. Let storms tear at them. See the divide. See what happened.
The divide? There's nothing there.
Nothing there. Like the big empty. The Sierra Madre. No. The old world sleeps there. Sure as the flag I carry. The courier knows the way. And at the divide, he and I, there, we'll have an ending to things.
Alright, so yeah, that basically confirms what I was talking about. Obviously, they were talking about me, Arizona. I don't know. I always felt like they tried to make this so much bigger than it was, and they just sort of, like, injected this game with lore once the game was already out. Like, I don't believe anything existed talking about Ulysses before the DLC started rolling out. That might not be true because I think there was something where, like, you go to a certain spot and, like, it said, and this was before any DLCs came out, and it was like, Courier 6, blah, 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 and it was basically, like, a message from Ulysses. So, I don't know, I just always felt like they just sort of created lore that didn't exist in the base game, which didn't really feel right. Nevertheless, it's kind of cool. We will deal with Ulysses eventually. That's stealing all. This is all preluding the Lonesome Road DLC. Anyways, let's take a look at quests. Old World Blues, confront Doctor Mobius at the Forbidden Zone Dome, and it looks like that is right behind this magic door, so let's head inside. Okay. This is a familiar sight, isn't it? We have a quest marker over here, but what is up there? It looks like there's something like right there where my cursor is. Hello there.
Yo, hello there. You are there, aren't you? Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. A little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely.
Is that better?
Depth perception is a problem with this old monitor of mine. Went black a while ago. That's old age for you. Should look at getting the visual nerves reattached. It's just that the right eye would see the wrong things. The flying tortoises were the worst.
I hate those.
Would you care for a mentat?
I'll save it for later.
I love mentats. Delicious and smarty. I have all sorts of amazingly science-terrific thoughts and ideas when those chalky tablets are zipping through my biogel. I forget them all not long after, though, especially with the data constipating my memory core. Afraid binary streams might shoot out my chassis. Had to start using the dome floor and walls here to inscribe equations, although I've somewhat lost track of where they start and end.
You aren't exactly what I was expecting.
Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please extrapolate. What was I supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth a cognitive realignment if your theoretical Mobius is better than I.
I need my brain back.
Do you? You seem fine without it. And does it even want to go back with you? Maybe you should ask it. It's quite independent, has all manner of opinions. Tell you what, I'll leave it up to your brain. If it wants to go, then fine. If not, well, you should respect its wishes.
Oh my god, I totally forgot this exists. This is the best part of this whole DLC, and you'll see why. I was curious about some things.
Oh, curiosity. I experience that less now that I know everything. Or maybe it was when I found out some unpleasant answers.
I can't fix your monitor, but if you're getting ghost reception, I can fix that.
The ghosts aren't real? That changes everything. Why, I can save my computing power for other perceptual impossibilities. Please be my guest. The receptor is there, and the side-switching wobbly bob, just turn that. Good, good, better. Oh, yes, that feels wonderful. This is even better than my afternoon mentats break.
You don't seem aggressive. Why broadcast threats to the think tank?
Oh, I was probably tripping hard on Psycho when I sent that. Had to work myself up to it. Not usually violent, except when I am. Then, watch out! So many chems, such varieties. Whenever I take Mentats, I can feel my entire chassis breathe like a big spherical lung. As for the Psycho, sometimes get the chem dispositories in my tank all switched up. Go in the wrong tube. Still, served its purpose.
Time for me to go. Goodbye.
Indeed. The goodbye part of our little chat, then. Goodbye. Please mind the equations on the floor.
So yeah, I mean, they present Doctor Mobius as like the antagonist of this DLC, but then you get here and you realize he's just a little crazy, sad, demented robot. We are actually going to mind the equations on the floor. I didn't think there'd actually be any. Oh, well, I don't think we can because they're actually all over the floor. No, we'll be respectful. We'll go this way. So, you can come here. You can kill Mobius. I mean, that's what the game points you in the direction of doing. But I don't see any reason to. And here, looks like we're going to have to step on the equations anyways. We have the brain tank. Hey, that looks familiar.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been? Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again?
So you get to have a conversation with your own brain, and I can't believe I forgot this, because that's such a great idea. Turns out our brain is Stewie Griffin. Are you my brain?
Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
Why are you such a dick? Exactly.
Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment?
I didn't realize it caused you so much distress.
Well, maybe next time you hear me telling you that charging a nightkin with a penknife is a bad idea, you'll listen.
Don't you want to be reunited? I thought you'd be happy to get back into my head.
I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you.
But what about the good things? What about a cool breeze on your cheek, the smell of food? Love?
Overrated biological feedback. Believe me, you only feel that way because you've got all that meat. Oozing hormones.
So what? You'd rather just stay here, never leaving that tank of whatever that stuff is? Biogel.
Well, certainly there might be some things I miss about being ambulatory. We have seen some incredible sights, haven't we? Jason Bright and his followers launching into the vast unknown. Helios 1 coming back online. Jason Bright and his followers launching into the vast unknown. Helios 1 coming back online.
Jason
Bright and his followers launching into the vast unknown. Helios 1 coming back online. Jason Bright.
Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now, game?
Jason Bright and his followers launching into the vast unknown.
Well,
Jason.
it looks like we are in an endless conversation loop with our brain. At first I thought it was a joke that the developers wrote in, and then I realized if I keep pressing A to switch through the conversation, he just says these two things over and over again with no end. Oh god. Well, hopefully this doesn't ruin our entire Let's Play. There's gotta be another way to get around that. But let me go ahead and get back to where we were, I guess. Everybody cross your fingers. Okay, I was able to get to this from a different line of dialogue, so fine, you've got to deal. Basically, we just compromised. I didn't even read the dialogue because I was trying to skip just to see if I could get to this point, but I wish I had because it sounded funny. But basically, we made a compromise, like more showering, like it was, you know, it was humorous dialogue. Anyways, fine, you've got a deal, brain.
Really? I didn't expect you to actually agree to that. I'm afraid that was a bit of a bluff, really. I'm not going with you.
Oh no. This is not good. Oh my god. Oh my god, if this ruins the Let's Play, this is going to be the worst thing ever in the history of Grovana, I think. Well, let me try it one more time, ladies and gentlemen, but this is not looking good. Okay, so I got to a new dialogue option. Hopefully this solves it, because, like I said, this is not looking good. Look what happened to the think tank. Do you want to end up like them after a few hundred years?
It's true, the brains here have experienced some degree of deterioration. I'm confident that with a few decades of work, I can solve the problem.
Then surely you've taken into account the corrosive effects of long-term exposure to biogel.
Of course I accounted for that! Do you think I'm so stupid? No, you're right. Maintaining my current functionality will be harder than I thought. This bears some further looking into.
What would happen to me if I left you here?
Let me see. I suppose you'd continue on much as you are now, using that synthetic thinking machine to do the heavy lifting. Unless, of course, the batteries run out. But that seems unlikely.
Why did you never say anything about how you felt before?
What did you think all those self-preservation instincts were? All those times you thought for a fleeting second, maybe I shouldn't punch that Deathclaw in the face. That was me telling you exactly how I felt before!
Come on, let's go. We're getting out of here.
Ugh, crawl back in there? Are you mad? I don't know where you've been. For all I know, you're riddled with disease or packing one of those delightful head wounds you seem to attract. I'm not crawling back into your head just to ooze right back out again.
I promise I'll take better care of myself.
Even if I believe you, and I'm not saying I do, we still have one significant problem we're facing. Even if I wanted to settle myself back in your skull and go to all the trouble of reconnecting nerve endings, Doctor Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share.
Then let's make them share. Let's go make them share. Come on, brain, it's stomping time.
Oh, lovely. We've reached the mindless violence portion of the program.
I know, I didn't want to say that.
What exactly are you, and I use the word loosely, planning?
I'm going to give them a demonstration of the physics behind small, fast-moving chunks of lead.
Now that you mention it, I do miss that lovely rat-a-tat-boom a bit. It's just not the same without a body to feel the recoil. What's the next step, then?
If the think tank won't hold up their bargain, we'll make them. Let's go.
Right. Look out, think tank. This brain is coming out of its jar. I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Klein will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
Okay, and we've reached level 36. Thank God I was able to get out of that. That was scaring me, because... I guess... Did it say that we could leave this DLC? Maybe. I think it did say that we could leave, so maybe we would have just had to never finish this DLC. Anyways, we've reached level 36. Let's put explosives to 50. Speech is at 30, which is where it's going to stay. Unarmed, yeah, I think Arizona would have like 30 unarmed too. Melee weapons, maybe 30 as well, but do we want energy weapons or barter? No, I think he would have really low energy weapons, so let's put melee weapons up to 30. This is such a weird way of leveling this up, but oh well. Alright, let me go ahead and figure out what perk we're going to get. Alright, so because of our current situation without many stim packs and the game's going to be getting harder, we probably want to just make Arizona as OP as possible. Nerves of Steel is a great way to do that. With the Nerves of Steel perk, you regenerate action points much more quickly than you normally would. Sounds good. Your brain has been added. Wonderful. That brain is not unconscious. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end this episode here. In the next episode, we will confront Dr. Klein and everybody in the think tank. And I will see you guys there. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.